Hello and welcome back to the West Garfield Park Youth Council TV show where we believe we are the solution to the violence in our community. We have another impactful television show for you all this evening. So once again, we want you all to sit back, relax, and enjoy what we're about to bring to you this evening. My name is David Elan and I'm the President Emeritus of the West Garfield Park Youth Council, which is sponsored by Fathers Who Care. Fathers Who Care is a non-for-profit organization on the west side of Chicago within the West Garfield Park community. Again, everyone, my name is David Elam, and I'm the President Emeritus of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. The West Garfield Park Youth Council is comprised of 15 youth whose main concern in the community is to be nonviolent youth citizens and upcoming youth leaders in their communities across the globe. We invite people to come out and see what we're all about. We meet every Monday at 4540 West Washington Boulevard from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. Again, that's every Monday from 4:30 to 6:30 p.m. at 4540 West Washington Boulevard. Our show will be viewed every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Again, that's every Thursday at 7 o'clock p.m. Our show can also be viewed online at www.cantv.org/live. Again, that's www.cantv.org/live. Well, everyone, I noticed you all noticed this young lady to my right, and I'll give her the chance now to introduce herself.
I'm Vernisha Jones. I'm the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. I'm 21 years old. I have been a part of the Youth Council for approximately like 4-5 years, something like that. And I'm just a youth leader on the west side of Chicago trying to make a difference.
Well, thank you, Vernisha, once again for
You're welcome.
Being a guest on our show this evening. You're watching a live interactive television broadcast brought to you by CanTV Channel 21. During the next 25 minutes, me and Vernisha will be discussing a topic of youth empowering youth, meaning young people influencing each other, young people looking out for each other, young people just enlightening, educating, and empowering each other. Remember those 3 E's: enlighten, empower, and educate. Those are 3 E's and 3 positive things that we stand dear to with the West Garfield Park Youth Council and within the West Garfield Park Youth Council. So, Vernisha, I have a few questions, and we're going to get in today's conversation. Now, first of all, why should young people want to empower each other? Why should young people want to be there for one another, be that encouragement, be that voice, and be that uplifting spirit to one another?
I personally feel like young people should want to be there for one another because you never know what a person is going through. Mm-hmm. Just how you would want a person to be there for you if something was going on with you, mm-hmm. That's how it should be with the other hand. And then another thing is the simple fact that that's mainly what young people listen to. Young people don't want to listen to what more mature people have to say to them, or they don't feel like they know exactly what's going on to them. But when it comes down to younger people talking to younger people, it's a better connection, and they feel like you know what you're talking about, regardless to how old you is and all that type of stuff. They feel like you know what's going on with them. Mm-hmm. So I feel like that's why young people should encourage young people.
So why do you feel like young people can relate to each other? Why is it so easy for them to talk to someone their own age versus someone more mature?
We're all going through the same stuff. More than likely, if you talk to another young person, half of the stuff y'all talking about, the other person went through, or going through it, or gonna go through it. So it's like, and if we're in the same phrase right now, so it's like talking to somebody that's 20 years older than you, they telling you certain stuff, but it's not the same. It's not the same when they was growing up. It's not the same when it come to stuff that's going on in the community or guys and like just different stuff is not the same. So it's like when you talking to somebody that's 20 plus years older than you rather than talking to somebody that's at the same age as you or somebody that's 2 years older than you and just went through the stuff or currently going through the stuff, it makes a difference with the responses, or at least with the responses that you want to hear, or you know, because it's like certain stuff is like just young people don't want to hear, or it's like young people know how to tell another young person something without offending them. Rather than you talk to an adult, they just giving it to you hardcore because they feel like that's how you should take it.
But some young people now feel as though, you know, some of them stress the fact that if you can't tell me if you haven't been through it. Some of them feel like that, which is harsh in a way, but also relatable because some of them feel like, hey, I can't relate to you, or you can't relate to me because you have not been in my shoes.
And that's true.
Yes, it is. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, my name is David Elan, and I'm the president emeritus of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And my guest this evening is Miss Vernisha Jones, the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. We're talking about how young people, why is it important for young people to want to empower each other. Miss Jones,
Yes.
I know recently, this past week, we attended a conference, a press conference.
Yes.
And that press conference was mainly stretched on about should marijuana commercial marijuana be legalized.
Yeah.
And I want to pose a question to the viewing audience. Please call in with your questions or your comments to the following question: do you think commercial marijuana should be legalized? Why or why not? Please call in with your questions and comments to that following question. Once again, should marijuana be legalized?
What you think?
Well, I don't want to share my personal views on that. I want the viewing audience to call in and give us responses to that, because we are experts on some things and we do our research, but it's best to get the response and the opinions of our viewing audience. So, once again, please call in with your questions and comments to the following question: do you believe or do you think marijuana should be legalized? Please call in. Phone lines are now open, 312-738-1060. Again, that number is 312-738-1060. That was a very impactful conference this past week that we attended, and a lot of good points were brought up. A lot of triggers were touched upon. I want to ask you, what is your take on the possible legalization of marijuana substance? Like, how do you feel about it? How do you think it will impact us? If it is, if it isn't, what will happen? What's your take on that?
I don't really know. I feel like, okay, what will be the big difference? Mm-hmm. Because like you stated at the press conference, how the West Side is like a big community that's impacted by it. Mm-hmm. What would be the difference if they legalize it if it's already here? Mm-hmm. And I feel like if they don't legalize it, like I just don't get like what would be the big difference if they legalize it or not legalize it.
But you don't. Do you believe that by legalizing it, will it start something? Will that begin to start down a path of something more destructive? Meaning, if you legalize marijuana and everybody's smoking and doing this and that, what if they want something else?
But it's just like saying right now it's not legalized, but it's something that you can go on any corner and buy. Mm-hmm. And then, as you clearly said, it leads to something else. As in, when we talk about these different mollies and these different pills that young people are popping nowadays, mm-hmm. it already has led to something else. Mm. So it's like, I feel like it wouldn't be a big thing if it, like, even though it shouldn't be, you feel me, like legalized for people to just willingly get it, but it's like, it's already here. It's basically legal. All you gotta do is not get caught with it, basically.
So it's not legal, but it is legal.
Yeah, because it's like,
it's not legally through the administrations and.
Because it's like if they don't legalize it, what would they do to try to stop it? Is what I'm asking.
I mean, you can say that, but at the same time, there's always something else in our neighborhoods and in our communities. Next to alcohol, marijuana is the most used, secondly used frequent substance found for people to use, which is really out of control next to alcohol. And I didn't know. I just found out. I mean, I didn't know because have you ever heard of someone overdosing on marijuana?
No.
No,
Until that conference.
I haven't heard that until the conference.
Yeah.
That people are actually consuming marijuana and getting behind the wheel, meaning driving under the influence. But I never knew that someone, caused a fatal accident because they were mentally impaired and they were high. I didn't know that. So that conference was very educational, influential, and it enlightened me on a lot of stuff to want to do more research and do more homework on this academic of possible legalization. Mm-hmm. So, I see we have our few callers. We're gonna jump into a few calls and come back to the conversation. Hello, caller. Thank you so much for calling. Your comment or question, please.
How you doing?
Hello.
Paula here. How you doing this evening?
All right.
There you go. Welcome back to the next season. Nice to see you guys.
Nice to see you too.
Okay, I want to talk about the medical marijuana right now. For the last 6 years, medical marijuana has been in Illinois for people with back pain and cancer patients, chemo patients, all kinds of patients. That's been going pretty good, the medical marijuana. But if they could legalize it recreationally, I think it would do a lot of help. You see a lot of people standing on the corners trying to get a little dime bag. I just come back from Las Vegas, Nevada, and they have both medical and recreational. And people were lining up, getting themselves a little this, a little bit of that, and wasn't bothering nobody, had no trouble going in and out, just had to show your identification or driver's license. If they do something like that here in Illinois, I believe it would. Don't cut me off. Can you still hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I believe if they did recreationalize, first of all, it would make the city of Chicago A-OK. It would stop a lot of crimes. It would stop a lot of territory crimes. And you all know what I'm talking about. It's as simple as that. Old people smoke it, young people. And in the old days, I'm old school, Auntie Paula here. In the old days, they used to say, oh, don't smoke weed. It's going to make you go into doing worse things. Now, baby boy and girl, it's the opposite. If you go on marijuana, it's going to make you get off the opiates. Might calm you down a little bit on the heroin. And plus, it would put those people out of business where they buy in that nasty reefer where that hurts you and kills you for a dime bag on the little corner store. So I believe 100% for recreational, and medical is already going. If you nobody in your family got cancer or sick and they are qualified to go through the steps to get the medical license, you could go anywhere in Illinois and buy it. But as far as recreational, honey, we got to stop on the crimes. I don't know what all the fighting and shooting's all about. I don't know if it's got to do with a dime bag or your mom. I don't know what. But it might help if they do the recreational, plus the city of Chicago will prevail as far as finances. But we got one problem. The federal government all over the United States is the ones that's got to make the next move. There are 8 or 9 states in the United States are both legally medical and legally recreational, and they got nothing to do with the money because the feds got to step in now. It's unbelievable. But guys, let me get off the line and listen to your comment, and please be safe out there, okay?
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye, you guys.
See
you
ya.
later.
What do you think about some of the things that
I kind of agree.
she was touching on?
Because I wasn't thinking about it in that point with like dealing with the street type of stuff. But then you think about it. If they do it to where you have to, like they got it where you can go back, it do decrease it where people are actually putting stuff inside their weed. You go into a professional place where you don't have to worry about people like putting different type of stuff inside their weed, and then a lot of people won't sit outside and sell it no more.
So, in so many words.
So it's like it's just got its pros and cons.
But it seems like the majority vote is that the legalization of marijuana will help a lot. That's
probably so.
so but to me it shouldn't move forward. But the next question, there's also been a common divide between young and mature. So how do you think we can bridge the intergenerational gap to promote a safe and drug-free community?
As we talk about this question a lot,
Yes.
I feel,
We do.
I feel like, as I always say, if more mature people listen to younger people, understand where younger people coming from, not judge young people, and just that's my main reason. Like if you gotta actually listen to a young person, know where a young person come from, know how to relate to a young person. I feel like that would make a big difference with bridging the gap and being able to actually communicate with young people.
In your own opinion, what do you think is the biggest issue that young people deal with in today's society?
The biggest issue. Well, I'm 21. I'm not in high school no more. So when I was in high school, it was peer pressure and stuff. I don't know if that type of stuff's still going. It's probably a little worse now. I would say the biggest problem right now is pregnancy with females, with young girls, and probably still like peer pressure, doing stuff that you normally wouldn't do, but you're doing it because everybody around you is doing it, or you don't have positive people around you telling you not to do it.
So they feel like they want to fit in.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why can't young people, and they're so bright. They have a lot of, ideas and a lot of things, but why is it that they can't, think for themselves? They have to feel like in order for them to move, they have to see somebody else move.
I feel like, honestly, with that type of stuff, it all starts at home.
I can't see that.
Like, if it's like, I don't know, I feel like it starts at home. It goes by how things are going at home, and you feel like you want to be a part of something, or you feel like they said, and that type of stuff comes from bullying too. So like if you're not doing certain stuff and people bullying you, then you start doing certain stuff that they're doing, and you become cool with the bullies. It's like it's just how young people is.
So that's based on the whole topic of youth empowering each other, youth being there for each other. The basis of the topic that we're discussing this evening, with the basis being young people being there for young people. So if young people understand, like you said, they can better communicate with each other, and they can, better relate, not just because, they're young, but it's some of the stuff that they've been through, right?
Yeah.
But it still baffles me that, young people, we need more leaders, first of all. Young people need to, step out their comfort zone and differentiate themselves from other people. Like, for you, for example, what made you, Vernisha, want to educate, enlighten, and empower young people in your community, or, in Chicago, period? I
don't know, I just always came off as that type of person. It wasn't that it was something that I just had a passion for. It was just probably because I got parents like that, I came off as that type of person, and I didn't look at it that way. But as I got older, I realized that it was a lot of people that looked up to me, and a lot of people that actually paid attention to I used to have my mama tell me a lot of times, you need to watch what you do around certain people, because you never know who watching you. Mm-hmm. And I used to just always be like, you just don't want me doing stuff. And then I started paying attention to it, and it is a lot of people that actually pay attention to stuff I do and get real influenced by different stuff I do. So it was just something that was...
So you're saying it's just something you just naturally picked up?
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to a young person or a group of young people who may feel like they're straying away or headed down a path of destruction, and just need that, that word of encouragement, or that, that comfort feeling to, feel like all is not lost, that, there are people out here who care about you? What would you say to young people like that?
The quote my mama always said to me when I graduated 8th grade, and after when I was in high school stuff, she always used to tell me the sky's the limit. Everybody got their own different sayings or different things that make them feel powerful, or you feel me, that gets to them. So you can't tell a person a certain thing and it actually gets to them. So everybody gotta find that one thing or them couple of like sayings and stuff that actually motivates them, and that's the one for me.
So what made you want to become a part? You said you're the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council, right?
Yes.
What made you want to join the West Garfield Park Youth Council? What made you want to get involved with, the community and the youth and wanting to just be that light of inspiration?
It took me a while. It's not nothing easy. It's not nothing that you just start and you be like, I really want to do that. It was something that I started coming to with my father or whatever the case may be. At first when I was coming around, it wasn't no jump in like I really wanted to do it. No, because I'm a young person before anything. But then when you start being around young people and being able to communicate with different young people that's around your age, growing up, never really had a lot of friends. So that was one thing about it. Like I was able to come around a lot of people that was my age that, like you said, go through the same stuff you go through. People that you could talk to, have fun with and different stuff like that. That's what made me like want to come around more. And then the opportunities when we was able to like travel and stuff like that I wasn't used to doing and people I wasn't used to meeting. That type of stuff influenced me and made me want to come around.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, once again, my name is David Elan, and I'm the president emeritus of the West Garfield Park Youth Council. And my guest this evening is Miss Vernisha Jones. She's the president of the West Garfield Park Youth Council, and we're discussing youth empowering youth empowering each other, and why it's important for young people to want to be there for each other. Also, we want to encourage young people to exercise your right to vote.
Definitely.
Because the election is coming up, so we want you all to exercise your right to vote, because voting is important. We all have a voice and we all need to be heard. So I encourage you to please go out there and take advantage of voting, because it's very impactful and it will impact the lives of many young people. So please exercise your right to vote. Also, if you're looking for any job training or employment opportunities, please contact Fathers Who Care at www.fatherswhocare.org, or you can give us a call at 773-287-5821. Again, that's 773-287-5821. Also, the question that we posed earlier, do you think marijuana should be legalized? You can call in with your questions and comments to that at 312-738-1060. Again, that's 312-738-1060. So how can a young person who wants to be involved, how would they get involved with the West Garfield Park Youth Council?
You can get involved by coming out to our office. Our office is located at 4540 West Washington. Again, the address is 4540 West Washington. We're in the West Garfield Park community, right off Kenton and Washington, literally on the corner of Kenton and Washington. We meet every Monday at 4:30, 6:30. But if you, before coming, just call, you can call our office at 773-287-5821. Again, that number is 773-287-5821, and get more information about meetings or anything that we have coming up.
Also, once again, if you're a young person and you're looking for job training or employment opportunities, please, I encourage you, or if you're looking for an organization like the West Garfield Park Youth Council to get involved with, please give us a call at 773-287-5821. Again, that's 773-287-5821. Or you can visit our website at www.fatherswhocare.org and click on the tab West Garfield Park Youth Council. There you will find some of the activities that we've done, some of the topics that we're involved in, some of the things that we stress and think of and talk about in our weekly meetings. Once again, we meet every Monday, 4540 West Washington Boulevard, from 4:30 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. We want you to come out and see what we're all about. You will not regret it. It's a very beneficial group. We are a very impactful group on the west side of Chicago, just a group of young people coming together to make an impactful and collaborative effort and be a big difference on the west side of Chicago. So, Vernisha, I want to thank you again for
Thank you for having me.
I guess on our show this evening. I want to thank all our callers, all our viewers this evening. I want to thank Reverend Jones, Amari, Marshayla, and all our young people for sticking by us and and making us one of the most impactful groups on the West Side. We're going to keep growing, we're going to keep pushing, and we're going to keep this thing alive. So thank you all for watching. Tune in next week, same time, same place. We love you. God bless you. Keep the faith. Good night.